Some decks are the meta,
Hey, can you hand me my helmet? I like winning.
while other decks try to counter it.
This needs to be banned.
Put your helmet back on!
What does that deck do?
Join us each week as we examine the decks that decided to go rogue. What's up, everybody? Circus here, coming at you with this week's Rogue Deck Roundup. I got Herf here with me. He's looking pretty good with his new microphone stand. How you doing, buddy?
Good. I'm doing fantastic. I have a real stand now instead of just. I used to put it on a music stand and just like I taped my microphone to it, but now it's screwed in.
Yep, he's becoming a real streamer here. So what we do each week is we look at the power rankings and we look at the decks that didn't do so hot, and that's like there were 18 decks this week that scored points in the power rankings, and 16 of those would almost qualify as a rogue deck this week. So we're gonna just be looking at 5. So let's get right into it. A perennial favorite, Weather Painters.
Yeah. So the Bob Ross dot deck, I guess it's okay versus Blue Eyes, right? Because you have a lot of non-targeting removal. The problem is that it just doesn't do anything very quickly. So if you don't have a good hand,
Right.
you're just gonna die,
Well,
right? And
I was gonna say it got top 8 in our big sponsor tournament that we had. So I mean that's not too
Yeah.
bad.
I mean, it's a pretty good deck. The problem is that decks are running backer removal, so stuff like MST and things like and Cosmic Cycle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kind of just absolutely obliterate this deck, as well as if Dark Lords are playing Levianeer, that could become really problematic for this deck. So overall, it's good and it's bad at the same time.
It's
So-
just it's a very slow, methodical deck, and it just doesn't have a boss monster. Even with their ability to go into XZs, it's not great. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like some of these decks now can just keep summoning and summoning and summoning, and Weather Painters is like, I'm taking my time.
Well, it's like Bob
know?
Ross when he makes a painting. He's not going to rush it.
Right, you got to take
Yeah,
your time.
you gotta take your time. You gotta perfectly sculpt out that cabin in the woods, okay?
Right. Sculpt out. We all know it's the knife. All right. Next one is Evil Eye. This deck's been doing all right. I mean, it's got that Blue Eyes matchup, right? That's why it's here.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's not great. I mean, Titan Showdown is interesting.
We see a lot of cheese plays with that. I mean, that's their win con most of the time. It's like they take a lot of hits, then they just send that Nightmare Shark in, and it's over.
Yeah, I guess the biggest problem with this deck for me is that it does it have a Dark Lord matchup in any way, shape, or form? I really don't see it.
Not when
well
you can get
versus that deck.
negated, right? You get those monster effects negated.
Yeah, negated, and then like Stick Chair kind of just destroys your entire strategy, right? Because they can pop the equip spells and then they just destroy your monsters once they're targetable because they got rid of your equip spells. So it's like,
Well, I mean,
know,
these
dude.
are rogue decks. It did get top 4 in the last battle phase Monday. So, I mean, there's a reason they're not winning tournaments all the time. But, I mean,
Yeah.
in general, this is a good... It's kind of like a control deck, I guess you would say, right?
it
With the
is. I would say
defeat.
it is.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of like another deck we're going to have here. It's like they're slow to start, but if they do get their engine going or their control cards in place, they can be a real pain in the butt.
Yeah, it only takes a couple turns and then you're like, wow, this is bad.
Well, that's the thing with all these rogue decks. It's like they're actually pretty good, but it takes 2 to 3 turns. And in Duel Links, it's like, oh, you took 2 turns to get set up, game over.
Hot, get wrecked, nerd.
Yeah, and that's almost
That's why
unfortunate.
Triumphs have never been like super dominant. They've always been kind of good, but they've never been really dominant because they don't really have like a automatic win hand, right? You never see their
Right.
hand and go, yeah, I won this.
Yep,
You're
this
like,
is over.
I should probably be able to win, I think.
No, it's I should be able to get to the next turn, and then we'll go from there.
Well, we'll see what I top deck.
Right. So yeah, I like Evil Eye. We had a lot of fun doing it in that one video. So
That's pretty solid.
the fish deck, I think this is kind of the same thing, right? It's kind of
This
in the
deck
same boat.
sucks. I hate this deck so much.
It's kind of a control deck.
It's so bad.
It's slower than the water deck, and the water
Just
deck's
play
not
Teller
doing it.
Knights. Just play Teller Knights.
I think people like the aqua theme though.
Yeah, but like the fish depth charge is literally just a worse Teller Knight Nova
Right.
or Alpha. I mean, so it's like it's just bad.
I don't know. I think people like it because it makes them feel like it's the free to play version of the water deck, right? And the
Yeah,
water deck
they
was
feel
hot just a
edgy.
couple weeks ago, but now water deck is nothing but Fish deck isn't bad. I wouldn't recommend it for new players. A lot of people are like, oh, should I go into the fish deck? And it's like, it's cheap, but
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
not great. Yeah.
I mean, a
I
treacherous
can see
trap
the
hole.
appeal.
You hit them with a tretch on their first turn, and then they're just kind of like floundering, waiting for the. See what I did there? Waiting.
Ha! 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 Ha!
They just kind of get stuck, right?
Yeah.
So I think
So,
that's like a lot of decks, but I mean, they don't
I
have a
don't know
lot of
why
good
you wouldn't play
recovery.
MST. Why wouldn't you play MST to play around Tretch?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
But they're like
guess
a lot of
we'll never
decks,
know.
they just get kind of stuck. They're not quick enough. It's a
Mhm.
slower deck, and they can only special summon so quickly. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not like Blue Eyes, you know, which is obviously the king. It can just keep summoning.
Oh
You
my god, it's so annoying. It's like, dude, can you chill?
know,
Stop. You don't need to summon them much. Or
right?
like Dark Lord's like, oh, she take chair,
Oh, you have a Tretch? Oh, I have a Tez. Did I mention that?
It's so annoying.
Or like Thunder Dragons. You know, they just keep summoning, keep
Summon,
summoning.
response, summon, response,
Yep.
summon, response, skill, response, summon, response. It's like, stop it.
Right.
We get it.
All right.
If you could stop.
Next deck is one of my personal favorites. They won a tournament. I'll look it up here, but you send Jews.
Senjus. Heck yeah, brother. I guess this deck is and people don't know what to do against it.
Oh, this
I
won
would
our
say.
big tournament, that sponsored tournament we had with GG Tour.
Yeah, beat Dork Lords.
Yeah. To be fair, Dork Lords did brick both times, but
Good.
because
Hey,
usually
but
this
Bro
has a
Senjus
terrible
didn't.
matchup against Dark Lords.
But the Bro Senjus didn't.
They did not.
Meaning They are the better deck.
But this guy faced a lot of Blue Eyes too. So I remember saying to her a couple weeks ago, I'm like, you know what deck has a good matchup against Blue Eyes? He's like, what? I'm like, you send Jews. He's like, anyway, Circus. And just like change the subject. I'm like, dude, you send Jews. I know they're not meta.
Senjus.
They're pretty good though. I mean, they got that slower pace like the Weather Painters, right? But
Mhm.
they have the added advantage of people misplay into them and give them that Utopia Ray.
And they have a lot of like draw power, right?
Yeah, with
So,
the Isna. Yep.
yeah.
And the
So
hand
they have-
traps and yeah.
And OEM when it's destroyed will literally just search a card for you, which is really
Right.
nice.
Yeah, it's just you have to be another slow, methodical player. A lot of people nowadays calling this a stall deck. I don't know if I call it that, but people think
You can
anything
never
past
call.
anything past turn 2 is a stall deck now.
I mean, basically, it feels like we're back in like Kawaki meta in terms of pace.
Right. It's like, oh my
So-
god, this deck took 8 turns to win. What a stall deck. It's like, no, you guys weren't around for the real stall meta when you'd be like at turn 50.
Oh my God, you'd be just-
Yeah.
if we're not asleep, it's not stalled, dude. Don't worry.
Right. I like you, Senjus. I hope they continue to do well. All right, and the last one, I alluded to this deck earlier, and people are going to be celebrating in the chat. Free to play for life, Metaphysic. What?
Get this off my screen. I hate this deck is so bad.
What's funny is it's supposed to be free to play, but he's got 3 Spirit Karibo.
Yeah, and he has 2 Gold Sark, which is only obtainable through the structure decks. So
Well, and then he's got 2 of the trap UR, because there's a lot of people that play this with just 1 trap, so you only have to go through the box once and you get pretty much everything else you need. So,
yeah,
a lot of people say Metaphysic is great. Let's go.
it's not though. So
It's a fun little deck. I don't think it's great, but let's see how it did. Metaphysic, it got a top 8 in Battle Phase Friday. So it does well against Blue Eyes. It's a good Blue Eyes counter.
so it did about as well as everything that isn't Dark Lords and Blue Eyes. Got it.
Right, yeah. It just has a good Blue Eyes counter, so that's why people love it right now, right?
Dude, where's Buster Blader?
Hey, we did see that in Trilinks yesterday. Dude, he matched up against Dark Lords or something like that.
Oh,
He did not
oh.
get the Blue Eyes matchup that he was hoping
Nope.
for.
Well, he had a 1 out of 3 chance to get it. So
Right, so that's almost 33%.
not good.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Let us know what you think about Rogue decks in the comments below. I'm rooting for these guys, but let's face it, it ain't happening right
They're
now.
getting pounded right now.
Wait, what? All right, make sure you get in the Discord
Pounded.
because it's free. The new player help is free. Our tournaments are free. Herf getting pounded is free. And we'll see you next time.